Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. We all have the common problem that when we are listening in the satsang, everything is so simple and so clear. Swamiji, you make the thing so clear that there are no difficulties, but that clarity remains only till the satsang remains. Afterwards, again we come back to square one. And the same old story begins. He is like that, she is like that, the world is like that, and I am very good, but nobody appreciates me. I am the only Satchidanand. The world is mithya, but the mithya people trouble me. I don't know what I should do. This is the story, goes on and on and on. Same was said by Parashuramji. Tvattah shrutam chapi bhuyo bhati me satyavat kutaha. Although I heard from you, my dear teacher, that this world is not real, it is an illusion. Illusion means, again I define, illusion means any experience which demands n number of conditions to happen, that experience is called as an illusion. Colors and forms are experienced only when the eyes are open. If the eyes are closed, colors and forms cannot be experienced. Therefore, perception of colors and forms is not real. So, in short, any experience which is gained through the instruments of knowledge such as mind, intellect, sense organs, etc., those experiences fall in the purview of illusion. Then is there any experience which is not illusion? And yes, that is our own being. Our presence, our existence is independent of the functioning of the sense organs, the mind and the intellect. Although this is true, yet it is again and again. So, Satyavat bhati kutaha bruhed etat krupaya natha yatha nashet ayam brahmaha. This delusion has to go. So, O teacher, O Natha, Natha means boss. See? So, the teacher is accepted as the ultimate word. So, please tell. Ityaprushto bhargaveena dattatreyo mahayashaha jagat satya bhranti moolam pravaktum upachakrave. So, when Bhargava Parshuram ji has asked, what is the reason that this world appears to be real, Dattatreya Bhagwan tells the cause of this illusion. What is the cause of this illusion? Where from it comes? Shrunu Rama Jagadbhrantehe Moolam etat sanatanam yasva vidya purvakam yadrudva bhavanamevacha Pashatmanamidnyaya Swatma Buddhim Sharirake Kvam Masa Rudirasthani Asthini Ko Chidatmati Nirmalaha. Shrunu Rama, He Parshuram ji suno, listen. Jagat Bhrantehe etat moolam sanatanam. This illusion is because of the delusion. Two things. Delusion is in us, and effect of the delusion is the illusion. So, Jagat Bhrantehe yat moolam tat sanatanam. This cause of this illusion of the world is not new. Sanatanam, it was always there. To understand this, take an example. Since how long the mirrors are reflecting anything which comes in front of them? Since how long? Sanatanam. It has always been like this. Now our struggle is, like that sparrow. Where from that other bird has come? No, there should not be any reflection in the mirror, then only the bird is realized. There is no sense of otherness. See? Because Dvaitam, the sense of otherness is samsara. So I want to look into the mirror, but there should not be any reflection. What could be done? It could be done only by wisdom. That what is appearing in the mirror is an appearance and not real. In the same manner, what is appearing through the sense organs, mind, intellect, it is an appearance and not real. And since how long, Sanatana, it has always been like this. Therefore, don't waste your time in getting this world should not remain, I alone is. Therefore, there is no duality, so destroy the world. I am immortal, the body is mortal, therefore kill the body so that I am immortal. No, you don't have to do that. Therefore, vastu avidya purvakam yadva drudha bhavanamevacha. Although it is not real, yet only by the strength of bhavana. See, this particular path called as Ishvara Advayavad is based on bhavana. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, takes this topic. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana. See, two things. Buddhihi, understanding. Ayuktasya, he who is not well integrated, he who doesn't have perfect control over his faculties, for him understanding cannot be. Similarly, bhavana. Nachayuktasya bhavana. So what is bhavana? Bhavana is mistaking our own projection on something to be real. That is bhavana. See, there was a boy in Delhi, very handsome, tall, fair, a Punjabi boy. And he was in love with one girl, very ordinary looking. Not at all, forget calling her beautiful, very, very useless type of girl. Now, this mother of this boy said, I have no objection about your getting married to anybody, but at least compare her with you. She is nowhere, he doesn't look like, even to look at her. She is so ugly. Why can't you find out someone better? Now that boy, to see the beauty of Layla, you require the vision of Majnu. It is said, I don't know, that Layla was ugly and Majnu was very handsome. See? So this boy has done bhavana that she is the most beautiful person in the world. He just come to recognize this principle. When one boy looks at a girl or a girl looks at a boy and they start thinking he or she is beautiful, where is that beauty? Our own imagination. When I went to China one day to somebody's house, I was so thrilled. My understanding of Vedanta became deeper after going to China. When you are in the, Middle East or Europe, there the features are sharp. So, Lord Jesus is long face, sharp features, big eyes. As you start migrating towards the east, you come to Kerala, Lord Jesus is like Guru Ayurappa. And when you go to China, Lord Jesus is not with a good beard, but one hair here, one hair here, and slits. Can you imagine? When Lord Jesus will look, hey, I am not that. So bhavana is our mind's projection plus taking that projection to be real. That is bhavana. Is it not all what we have projected that this body is me? Only bhavana. Therefore, this bhavana has become so dridha, so firm, that the illusion is mistaken as real. So, Pashya example is given. Pashya atmanam avidnyaya swatma buddhim sharirake ko masa rudira asthini ko chidatma atirvelaha. Because we have not recognized our essential divine self, Pashya swam atmanam avidnyaya. We have not recognized our essential nature, and therefore sharirake swatma buddhim, and then we started mistaking I means the body. See, you must have seen when your kids were growing, we call the child by the name. Raju, don't do this thing. So slowly that child comes to know that this is called as Raju. And then he tells, Mummy, Raju is hungry. So he is referring the first person singular as third person singular. And then this bhavana becomes dridha, firm. I always remember one child, his name was Dhyan. He must be grown up now, must be a father. So I asked him, I said, hey Gujju, how are you? Immediately retorted, I am not a Gujarati. Then what are you? I am Lohana Kachchi. I asked him, do you know how to tie Kachchi? You know, Kachchi means underwear. I said, how to tie Kachchi? I don't know. Okay. Do you know what is Lohana? I don't know. But what you are? Lohana Kachchi. This is called as bhavana. See, friends, this bhavana becomes so deep, so strong, that we refuse to change our understanding about ourselves. Therefore, friends, spiritual practice, beginning with the study of the scriptures, aims at two things. Readiness to change our wrong notions in the light of the scriptures, and the ability to change our wrong notions. We have wrong notions about four things: about ourselves, about the world, about God, and about spiritual practice. Unless we are ready to change, and unless we are able to change, we will never be walking this path of knowledge or the real spiritual path. You remember in the beginning of this wonderful text, Tripura Rahasya, Parshuramji has killed the Kshatriyas. Parshuram was Brahmin. He has killed the Kshatriyas not once, twice, but 21 times. And 22nd time he was defeated by Bhagwan Rama, who was also Kshatriya. He got frustrated. And then he went to the Malaygiri mountain. And there he came across a great master. In his very presence, all the questions, doubt, everything dissolved. And he discovered peace. So he asked, what is this? He was told, this is Brahmananda. Can you please explain? You should explain properly, because you don't know how to explain. Then what he does, look here, you are an intelligent student. Intelligent students suffer intellectually. Therefore, go to a great master who will be matching your intelligence. And that great master is Bhagwan Dattatreya. Now Bhagwan Dattatreya is approached, and the whole story is told. So what Bhagwan Dattatreya says, you are right. Unless you do sadhana, truth is not revealed. And what sadhana? He gives him, take this stone. This is Tripura Devi. Do upasana. And what is the upasana? You should give a warm water bath, a milk bath, panchamrita snanam, everything. But you should take cold water bath. Keep that goddess on a very comfortable, soft asanam. But you should sit only on a wooden plank. That goddess should stay in one place. But you should go around her every day 108 times. जब चक्कर नहीं आता, you should give 56 bhog different types of wonderful foods as offering to the goddess. But you should observe fast. How many days? Keep on doing it, don't ask questions. Why? I also don't know. And he continues. And after it is done for 12 years, he gets disgusted. Yeah, what I'm doing? I am only telling the stone, goddess, you are goddess. What goddess? She doesn't even know. And I am only going around and all that. I think there is something wrong somewhere. He goes back. Sir, I have wasted 12 years of my life. Who is this goddess? Tripura Devi, Tripura Devi. Who is this? I only call that stone is the Tripura Devi. I think I have wasted my time. Then Bhagavan Dattatreya says, no, you have not wasted your time. Because of this upasana, you have kindled inquiry in your mind. See, friends, because till such time, the inquiry doesn't kindle. We want to do something, do something, do something. To get rid of this virus of doership, all the karma upasana is told. See. So earlier, then what is spirituality? Earlier I was eating non-vegetarian every day. Since I came on this line, they call it as a line. Since I came on this line, now I don't eat non-vegetarian every day. It's only alternate days. Slowly improvement is happening. Spiritually I am growing. Earlier I used to go to the clubs. Now I go to the temple. Spirituality. Then I is still there. See, friends, spiritual practice is getting freedom from this rubbish I. And when the I disappears, your doership disappears. When doership disappears, you don't do anything. Things happen. See, friends. Therefore, Pasya Atmanam Avijnanam Swatma Buddhim Sharirake. Because we have not recognized our essential divine nature, we started mistaking ourselves to be the body. And he tells, where is Ati Nirmale Chidatma? Where is this immaculate, pure, conscious, blissful existence? And where is this Masa Rudira Astini? See, the muscles, the bones, the marrow. Where is this and where is the pure, immaculate self? How it can be me? Kevalam bhavana dardhyat chidatma dehakaha abhavat. Is only by the practice of repeating the same thing again and again and again. Nothing else. Therefore, friends, whatever we are doing on our spiritual path, remember this first thing. Anything that will strengthen our body identification is a sin. See, in Mahabharata there is one text which comes after Vidura Niti. Vidurji has told so many things to Dhritarashtra, and then Dhritarashtra says, Vidur, you know so many things, come on man, tell something more, what I do not know. So Vidurji says, I know something which you do not know, and I have heard it from my Guru Sanat Kumarji. I am qualified to receive the knowledge, but I am not qualified to instruct you. See how important it is. For us, any Tom, Dick and Harry little bit book here and Atma Brahma Ekai. Shabda Jalam Maharandam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. We vomit the knowledge. We don't digest it. See, friends. So Vidurji says, I am not qualified to teach you. I'll invoke my Guru, and the Guru is invoked, and Sanat Kumarji comes. And there, this particular verse comes. Anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate kim tena na krutam papam chorena atma apaharina. We are essentially divine, but we mistake ourselves to be something other than the divinity. And what is other than the divinity? He is the gross body, the body I am, the jiva I am. Chorena atma apaharina. Who are we? We are the thieves, stealing somebody else's property. The body is not created by us. It is somebody else's property, but we have stolen it. And I am the body. This is the highest sin. Based on this sin, the whole experiences of the waking world are valid. After we are identified with the body, then only I am man, woman, young, old, husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father, in-law, outlaw. This is only after body identification. See, friends. Therefore, whatever you are doing, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athavadanam, or Agre Vanni Prushte Bhano Ratru Jumbuka Samarpita Janu. Whatever you are doing, the goal should be freedom from body identification. So when you are sitting for your prayers, sit quiet and play. What is the load of this statement? That my identity cannot be the body, I have to be someone other than the body. What does it mean? Work on this. Rather than sit down, and then the doubts come in the mind. One Gujarati girl, one Gujarati family, they had a girl married from UP. UP means Jai Sri Ram. Gujarat means JSK. JSK is Jai Sri Krishna. So, when she married and went there, she asked me, this happened in Ahmedabad. So, this is one big problem for me. I said, after marriage, only problems. You create and you receive. No, not that way. Our problem is, when I am standing before Bhagavan Krishna, because in our house Krishna is everything, but if from my mouth Jai Sri Ram comes, what will happen? I said, to whom? What will happen to whom? Is it right? I said, why you worry? Let him get confused. मैं कृष्ण हूँ कि राम हूँ? Some people call me Krishna, some people call me Ram. Who am I? Put him in doubt and you relax. See, friends. Therefore, work on this. What it will be like being other than the gross body. Every day work on this. And it's not a mechanical thing. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Only there is a kamar with dard. It's only mechanical. Like, we do the japa, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, without any meaning to that, in the same manner. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the body. Means what? I am not that body, but this body I am. Hare Rama. That is not spiritual practice. Therefore, kevalam bhavana dardhya chidatma dehakaha abhavat. Only bhavana dardhya, only by the strength of repeated assertion that I am the body. And the most wonderful thing, and when you come to Vedanta, then only for the first time you hear this word, I am the body. Before that you have never heard it. Nobody says I am the body. But all of us behave as if we are the body. See, like in Hindi it happens, in English it doesn't happen. If I had to talk, I am going, in Hindi it will be, मैं जा रहा हूँ. Means, I am a man. If I say, मैं जा रही हूँ, you will start looking at me. Are you a Gujarati from Bombay? Gujaratis from Bombay, they have got, the maid servants Maharashtrian. So they talk the Marathi language. Me yete, me jate. So this Gujarati man also is saying, Swamiji, me yete. Ram, me yete. So the gender of the verb indicates who is talking. See, friends. Therefore, केवल भावना दाढ़ा चिदात्मा देह का भार ज्ञाते अपि आत्मनि चिद्रूपे भूयो भ्रांति शरीर के. So although we are very much convinced that under no conditions I can be the body, and therefore this is called a laya prakriya in Kathopanishad. Where are you in the objective world? So start migrating. This migration is not in time, not in space. It is in knowledge. from the objectivity to the subjectivity to beyond subject-object duality. This is the path. So colors and forms are left, come to the eyes. Eyes are left, come to the mind. Mind is dropped, you are one with the truth. It takes no time. With a switch, with a snap, but because we are so much accustomed to doing something, meditation we start doing, and a little bit disturbance here and there, we suffer. Therefore, evameva bhavanaya satyam bhati jagat khalu viparitam bhavayan vai drudam bhrantim nivartayet. So, evameva bhavanaya jagat satyam bhati. So, it is only by the strength, bhavana, this insist in. Therefore, one of the spiritual practices is don't be obsessed with anything in life. No obsession. Obsession expresses as duragraha. See? Like many ammas have this funny thing. They express their love by feeding us. And take some more, take some more. So their love is, we should listen to them. We should not eat what we like. See? In one, the worst mothers are Punjabis. This happened many years before, must be about 30, 40 years before. That Amma is no more now. So I told her, I said, Mama, it is not possible. It is morning 3 o'clock. I got a flight at 4:30, so I am leaving now. I can't eat in the morning 3:30. He said, no, I just prepared 2-3 parathas you eat. Can you imagine? And she was so elderly. She made me eat. Aloo paratha, then gobi paratha, and muli paratha. I said, Mama, I will not come to your house if you insist me. He said, don't come, but now you eat. Can you imagine? Is that love? See, we have got so many rings in your fingers, isn't it? Shani, Rahu, and all that. They are not troublesome graha. There is only one graha which is troublesome, duragraha. Don't insist on anything in life. See? But this becomes our habit. And therefore, we get caught up in this world. See? You must have seen particularly those who are in karma kanda. They are so much obsessed. If the salt is, given in the plate from this side or this side, they get upset. Oh, this is not the place. You have to put it here. See? That's why I like Punjabis very much. They put anything anywhere and give you innocently eat. Like you are giving it to a buffalo. But you go to south, oh God. First, you should put the sweet. And then you should do this thing. So many obsessions. Therefore, kevala bhavana dardhyat, only by the strength of this obsession and insistence, jagat satyam bhati, the world appears to be real. Viparitam bhavayan vai drudam bhranti nivarte. So what we have to do? Viparita bhavana. Viparita bhavana means contrary understanding. See? How this contrary understanding can begin? Be very attentive. One of the topics you must have heard when people talk, they always talk about how the world is changing. Every time the same thing. Once I was in Calcutta in a Marwadi house. So, one elderly Buddha came and he said, Swamiji, where from you have come? This is a standard question. Now, depending upon the character, I reply. So I said, I come from Vrindavan. Oh, you have come from Vrindavan? Yes. How much Vrindavan has changed in last 40 years? Now what do you want to say? Then I said, Papa, please come. I took him near the sink where you wash your hands. There is a mirror. I said, look into the mirror. Is this the same one 40 years before? We change. World should not change or what? And what is changing is not the world. It is only an appearance. See, friends. Only we have to become aware of this. Therefore, one of the spiritual practices is, before you talk, ask a question to yourself, is it necessary to talk? One of the most important things. But for us, everywhere, we have got suggestions, we have got options, and we have got opinions. Who has asked? Bhavana that had, by the practice of committing the mistakes again and again. This is what is called as pramada. Pramadam vai mrityur bravimi. Sanat Kumari says, that is habit of repeating the mistakes effectively again and again is called as pramada, and that is the cause of death. See. Therefore, viparita, go contrary. Now how can we go contrary? Now start playing. Be attentive. I am not telling you to do meditation. Play meditation when you are living dynamically in this world. If I have to be someone other than the body, what does it mean? Work on this. Don't take mala in the hand and eat Bhagwan's name. Ram, 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 Ram. Work on it. Then you will come to know that things and beings become a load on our head only after body identification. So what should be the spiritual practice? Things and beings should not become an issue for us. That is okay, Swamiji, you don't have children. When you will have children, then you will understand. See, if you are walking spiritual path, you cannot afford to be sentimental. All the time, be strong enough. What we have given to the children is only the wretched body, nothing else. The embodied who is living in that body is not created by us. If the parents have created the soul, why there will be to the same tree mango and imli together? But don't we see the same pair of parents? One child becomes education oriented, the second child becomes a politician, the third becomes a trader, and fourth becomes a government servant. Why 4 types out of the same pair? Because bodies may be looking same, but embodied is not the one which is created by the parents. So the children are born through us, not to us. Then you are walking spiritual path. But our spirituality is, we go to the temple to the Mahatma, oh Maharaj, hey Bhagwan, please see that my son listens to me, he should become bonsai. Can you imagine this way? Suppose your son is, let us say, 40 years of age, and he is walking in a mall or a public place. You as a mother holding your finger and telling, Mummy, Mummy, I want that chocolate. He is 40 years of age. Will you like him like that? See, let him grow wild. Don't make bonsai out of them. See, friends, then we are walking spiritual path. Otherwise, our spirituality is fulfilling the desires. Fulfilling desires is samsara. Going beyond all the desires is spirituality. And the desires become vibrant only after body identification. Therefore, viparitam bhavayan vai dridham bhrantim nivartayet. Again and again, viparita bhavana, contrary understanding. See, if I am not the body, None of the worldly achievements and failures can mean anything to me. And for that, watch around. See, I'll tell you one of my experience. When our Swamiji left his body in USA, the body was brought to India, in Delhi. I received the body, the whole thing I was conducting. And when his body was kept on the ice, slabs, supporting this way, supporting that, it was only like a pillow cover without the pillow inside. His bombed body. All the contents were removed and it was brought. And it was kept there. Whole thing I was doing, nothing disturbed me. Only one thing was going on. See? There should be discipline. You should not be like that. Make a proper queue. Don't make noise. Now, what? Where your discipline? Where your achievement? Where your failure? Till such time we are identified with the body, this world appears to be real. See? It is such a simple thing. And if you are living no more as the body, but through the body, the net result is you will not carry the burden of guilt on your mind. See, we say something to somebody and, oh, I'm sorry, I never wanted to hurt you, but that is my habit, I am having Scorpion as my sign. No guilt. Guilt-free experience can happen only if you have no burden of doership. See, friends. Therefore, Vipari evameva bhavanaya aviparitam bhavayan vai drudam bhranti nivartayen yo yatha bhavayen etat jagat tasya tatha bhaved yoginam dharana dhyanaihi pashyat tadrupa sangatim. In Ramayana, Tulsidas Ji's Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, this thought comes. Bhagwan Rama and Lakshmanji, they were moving in that Janakpuri. And that time, so many people were looking at them. Young girls were looking at those two young Rajkumar. They were having a different perception. The elderly people were looking at them. They were having a different perception. See? From that objective experience, come to your subjective experience. When you look at your father and when your son looks at you, there is a lot of difference. See? Because when a father looks at his daughter, his perception is different. His bhavana is different. When the husband looks at the same lady, his bhavana is different. When the son looks at the same lady, his bhavana is different. See the three experiences. Lady is the same. How simple it is. Therefore, this viparita bhavana is the only way. So, yo yatha bhaved, eta jagat tasya tatha bhaved. Those who think, oh, this world is too bad, so terrible, this world. For them, the world will be terrible. See? If you look at this world as, this world is most beautiful. One person asked me this question in Bombay. I went to his house for breakfast and he said, Swamiji, you people confuse us. I said, that is how we maintain our market. If we clear your doubts, where will we go? We will be in doubts. We don't know what to do. Therefore, we create confusion and maintain. Now, my question is, you tell, be happy, everything is happiness, and Lord Buddha tells, Sarvam Dukkham, Sarvam Dukkham. What should we take? I said, choice is yours. You have got two options. The glass filled half with milk. Now, what are you looking at depends on your own understanding. If you are looking at a milk, gulp it and enjoy. But if you are looking at emptiness, oh, the world is full of miseries, then suffer. As is our bhavana, so is this world. See, friends. Therefore, if a person thinks himself to be miserable, guilty, see, in this world, why God has created this world? Understand, he is a frustrated husband. See? Immediately after marriage, when they go for honeymoon, that time this question doesn't come. Why God has created? Because there is no mind, everything is gone. And after a few years, why few years, few months, thereafter, दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बना? Start looking at the sky or the fan and become frustrated. See, friends. Therefore, yo yatha bhavayet jagat tasya tatha bhavet. You insist. Therefore, remember, I have been telling you again and again, if somebody asks you a question, don't take a revenge. Somebody asks you, how are you? जी रहे हैं. I am somehow living. Then die. See. Britishers have got this expression. No Britisher will ever dare to say he is happy. See? We were in England and some place, very bright day. So we decided to go for a nice long drive. Open ground. We stopped there. Our Indian food we took out. And till they were arranging the things, I took my camera and there was one Britisher, elderly person, with only Baba Kon Ke Chaddi, this one, that nada hanging around and sitting with a beer bottle. And then I asked him, hi man, how are you? Not bad. Even that also he cannot say happily. See? Are you afraid of telling that you are happy? Start. Anybody asks you any time, even at the time of death, how are you? I am on the top of the world. Fire. See, your whole chemistry will change. See? This is all the spiritual practice. But we go before the Lord, Papo ham, Papa karma ham, Narak mein le jao. Next. Because you have confessed that you are guilty, go to the hell. Narayana, don't go this wrong. This is not spirituality. See, many places when we go, there is such a howl, oh, Swami just stand in a queue and on upside down and Ram, 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 Ram. Spirituality is not becoming someone special. Lose all your speciality and merge in the totality. That is spiritual life. See, friends. Therefore, as is our bhavana, so is our world. So if you insist the world is most beautiful, there is nothing wrong in this world. And if you are insisting in wrong, then when it was not wrong? See, one principle I have told you a number of times. In Satya Yuga, there is to be Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. Then in Treta Yuga, Ravan, Kumbhakarna. Then in Dwapar Yuga, Duryodhan, Dushasan, Dhritarashtra. In Kali Yuga, we are all there. What is new? So this world has always been like this. Don't unnecessarily become serious about this world. For this, there is one Mahamantra I will give you. Try. That Mahamantra is, how does it matter? In Hindi, the mantra is, kya farak padta hai? Try. Nothing will disturb you. And when you practice this, like yesterday we have seen in the evening class, nothing to do, nowhere to go. See how cheerful it is. See? Like the joggers. Where they are going? To come back. Similarly, come back. Don't become miserable. So yo yatha bhavet eta jagat tasya tatha bhavet yoginam dharana dhyanaihi pasya tadrupa sangatim. Therefore, the great yogis, they also do the dharana and dhyana. See? They do the dharana and the dhyana. And by the strength of the dharana and dhyana, anything can happen. That is the power of dharana. See, friends. There was a friend of mine. He is in this business. So, when somebody, young boy, was brought to him, and he said, I don't believe in God. So they told me, Swamiji, do something. I said, yeah, I don't know anything. I also don't believe in God. You take him to that Mahatma. They took him there. And because I tell you, what you have got greatness, why should I listen to you? See that fan. Is it switch off? Yes. Switch is off? Yes. Now see, it will move by my power. And he did dharana on that fan. The fan started moving. Mahatma Ji is great. He said, now see, I'll move the fan in the opposite direction. Again he did dharana. Fan started moving. Yes, now you are my Guru. Why? Some magic is shown. Such people fall victim to the world of relativity. They want some jadoo to happen. See? Therefore, friends, the dharana has got such a tremendous power that anything can be achieved by this strong willpower, what you call. So dharana is nothing but strong willpower. And those who have got willpower, they are very strong personalities. God's will must be respected, not our will. See? Therefore, here, atrate varnayishyami punara vrutam adbhutam asti bange sundarakyam puram parama pavanam. About this, what is the power of this dharana? What is the power of this willpower? What is the expression of this deep insistence? I'll tell you a story. And this story happened in Bengal. This thing happened only in Bengal. In Bangladesh, and there was one beautiful town called as Sundarapur. And in this Sundarapur, there was a Tatra asin Nrupatir Dhiman Sushena iti Vishrutaha Tasya Bhrata Mahaseno Yaviyan Priyakrit Sada Sashasa Rajyam Nrupati Dharmata Sarva Sammataha Kadachit Ashwamekaihi So Yajit Devam Maheshwaram Tatra Rajakumarastum Mahabal Parakramaha Mahatya Senaya Yashva Yajnashvam Sarvehi Anu Sanyayuhu Ashwasya Rodhakan Sarvan Vitya Balito Balan Yayur Airavati Tiram Ashwam Nrupade Sutaha. Now here the story goes. I'll tell you the story in short and then come to the conclusion. There was a great king, a wise king, and his name was Sushena. And he had a younger brother called as Mahasena. And he was very much cooperating with his elder brother and leading a very good life. This Raja, this Sushena king, he was ruling the kingdom in a very decent way and he was respected by everyone. And one day, he decided to do the Ashwamedha Yajna to invoke Lord Shiva, and therefore he started this Ashwamedha Yajna. In Ashwamedha Yajna, what happens? A horse is decorated properly and he is let loose. Wherever the horse goes, the very strong army goes along with the horse, and anybody who touches the horse, who challenges the horse, a war is fought and that person is defeated. He becomes now the slave of this horse owner. This is how the Ashwamedha Yajna is done. And thereafter, all those people who came in between, they were conquered. When the horse came on the bank of the river Iravati, There was one great and another king who was a great tapasvi. His name was Tangana, and he was a Rajarshi. So these various army chiefs, they were so arrogant because they had defeated so many kings. So they simply bypassed him without even saying hello to this king. And when this happened, his son, the son of this Tangana Rishi, he became very angry. You are not respecting my father. He is also a great king. You have to challenge him and then go ahead. What do you think of yourself? And therefore, he himself went and caught hold of the horse. And when he caught hold of the horse, the army encircled him from all the sides. And that time, this son of this Tangana Rishi, he, in front of all the kings and all the army, he straight away entered a big rock along with the horse. And when he entered the rock, these various army people, they started breaking that rock by big hammer and everything. And when the rock was being broken, out of the rock a huge army came out, and that army has started killing these people, and thus he won over. And after that, again with the remaining living army people, the kings, etc., along with the horse, again that young son of that great rishi, he again entered that rock and disappeared. And when this happened, whatever few soldiers were remaining, they went back to the king and said, this is what has happened, and we are so surprised that this young boy, he took the horse and everybody inside a rock. How it is possible? Therefore, we don't know what to do. So this Sushena told his younger brother, look here, you do not know that this Tangana Muni is a great, great tapasvi, and they have got tremendous powers, and all that is impossible for even the gods and the human beings, that is possible for these tapasvis. Therefore, you do one thing now. Tam prasadya sutash nashvam cha adya yahi satvaram na kalo tivra vraje desha vasanto janya sammataha. Therefore, immediately go back to the same place because the Vasanta Rutu is coming, which is the right time for doing the yajna. And remember one principle, you should never be arrogant in front of the great tapasvi, because if the tapasvis become angry, they can, by their sankalpa, can destroy anything. See. Now here I will tell you one basic principle. This principle comes in Panchadashi. There are two aspects in our spiritual practice. One is knowledge aspect, second is tapasya aspect. Tapasya, austerities, are practice on the matter. And those who practice tapasya, they develop various siddhis. Whatever they say, things happen. It is the result of the tapasya. But they do not get liberation, because they are still living in the relative world, because they are holding on to the prakriti, to the matter. See, it is something like a poor man with hardly any money and a very rich man. The poor man has got very little financial power. A rich man has got tremendous financial power. But both of them are conditioned by the same conditioning called as wealth, is it not? Similarly, an average person, he is a victim of the prakriti. He is a slave of his sense organs. And a tapasvi, he has conquered the prakriti. So both of them are conditioned by the same conditioning called as matter or prakriti. See? A sannyasi is the one who has nothing to do with the wife. A grahastha is the one who has everything to do with the wife. So both of them are conditioned by wife. One, by the presence of the wife, he is miserable. The sannyasi is also miserable by the absence of the wife. शादी हो जाती तो कौन बाबाजी बनता? Both of them are conditioned by the same conditioning. So this prakriti conquering is called as tapasya. See, I read the life story of a great tapasvi. The name also of the book was Tapasviji. Somebody gave me that in Bangalore. That lady, she said, Swamiji, I have got another book and I liked it more than this book. So I read that. And it was such a totally different type of whole spiritual practice. He was basically tapasvi. And he did kaya kalpa. Kaya kalpa means you, like the snake discards the skin and a new body is born. In the same manner, in kaya kalpa, all the cells of the body are replaced. The teeth start coming out. If the hair has gone, hair start coming out. If the hair has become white, they become black. And you become again as if you are a newborn, fresh person. And he did it 3-4 times by this kaya kalpa. And thus he lived for more than 280 years. But afterwards what? See? Do you know, earlier we used to have simple cotton clothes. They used to get torn and then you throw it away. Now since this polyester has come, the clothes don't get torn. You get fed up of them. Then Salvation Army, give me salvation. Take my clothes so I can buy something new. In the same manner, the same wretched old body, 1 year, 10 year, 100 year, 200, how long will you keep it and for what? See, the biggest gift God has given us, we discard this body. See friends, by tapasya you conquer prakriti and acquire great powers. But that has nothing to do with realization. Because you see, a devotee never curses. A jnani never curses. But a tapasvi always curses. Because anger is there. Anger is possible only when there is a sense of otherness. When our own tongue is beaten by our own teeth, do we become angry? See? That's how simple it is. So spiritual practice is not getting powers, but discovering the truth. So it is said that Abhimano na kartavya tapasvishu kadachana kruddas tapasvino lokan basmi kuryu kshanena vai. When the tapasvi becomes angry, they can, reduce to ashes anything in front of them. And ataha prasadana para bhutva swartha prasadaya ityadishto mahasena tam desham shigramayayau. So when he heard this thing from his elder brother, he went back again to the same place, this Mahasena, and he started praising that tapasvi who was sitting in his meditation. Therefore, what is apashyan tanganam tatra samahitam matim drudham kashta kudyatma atmatam praptam shatendriya manodhiyam nirvikalpa shambhodhi nidhi atma bhavanam pranamya dandavad bhuya krutanjalir putstada. So when he saw that great Rishi, he was sitting there like a wooden rock and nothing could touch, nothing was perceived by him. This is called as kashta samadhi, like a wooden rock. And now what is to be done? So he started praising. He did a lot and lot of prayer. Krutanjali putastada, with all the folded hands, tushtava vidai stotraihi mahaseno munishwaram tatha tasya stuvan sanstuvataha, he dinatrayam. For 3 days he continued his prayer and glorifying the Lord. Is it not what we do to the gods? Only glorify. Karuna Sagar, Karuna Sagar. Bhagwan says, Aapki nafa, kya chahiye? See? Nothing is same story everywhere. So when he was glorified for 3 days, then Atha Ajagama Tatputra Santushta Pitru Sanstavar Provajatam Mahasena Rajas Dushtosmi Sanstavar. So his son came out of that rock and said, my dear Rajan, King Mahasen, I am extremely happy. You are glorifying my father. Really, he is really great. Now tell me, what do you want? Kim bruhite avilashitam sadhayami avilambitam aham putro asmi tanganasya mahamune. Whatever you want, I can do it for you immediately, because I am the son of the capable Samarthaputra, capable son of this Tangana Muni. And this time my father will not wake up, because his mind is totally merged in the Prakriti Samadhi, and he will not come out of the Samadhi for another 7 years, because 12 years he has to decided to be in Samadhi. So 7 years are yet to go. And therefore, if you want, I can fulfill all your desires. Don't look at me as if I am a born, I am a child. I am also a great tapasvi like my father. And for a tapasvi, there is nothing impossible in this world. When this was said, this Mahasen king, he saluted him and he said, Sir, if you really want to help me, Prahatam Tangana Sutam Pranamya Chakrutanjali Muniputra Priyam Medya Karoshi Yadi Satyataha Tat Pituste Adya Vanchami Samadhyar Vithitasya Vai Saha Sambhashanam Kijid Etat Atyanta Vanchitam. If you want to fulfill my desire, then I want you to wake up your father from the Samadhi and I want to talk with him. Now do that. You say, you can do anything? Now do that. So, Anukampo yadyaham te drutametat prasadhaya shrutva etad vachanam rajna praha tapasaja punaha. So when this was said, then the Muniputra, he said, Rajan na sadhyam hi ete vanchitam sarvatha bhaven tathami te karomi ti pratishrutyanatha katham. This is impossible. Nobody can wake him up from his samadhi. Yet, I have given you the word. And I will not go back on my word. And I will wake up my father, because I know the techniques. How to disturb somebody's samadhi. See? I. Because power, money power corrupts us. The official power corrupts us. Do you think when we conquer the Prakriti, we will not be corrupted? See? Therefore, tapasvis have got tremendous power, and therefore people are afraid of them. Don't do anything. If you will curse, something will happen. Is that spiritual life? People are afraid of our presence. See, friends. Therefore, he said, don't worry, you now just look at what great power. Muhurta matra me pasya samarthyam yoga sambhavam. Just see how great powers I have, I will show you. And then he said that samsthitam tam bahya yatnahi kopi va prabodhayer pasya aham bodhayami enam yoga yukte va sukshmaya iktitva samavishya samavritti indriyani alam pranena apanam susanyojya mukya pranena nirgataham deham pituhu pravishya ashu pralinam tasya manasam bodhayamasa cha akrusha prabodhyashu vinirgataham deham swam avishat yavat tavassa bodhe munihi. So what he did, he controlled all his faculties, and prana and apana, they were merged. And when the prana apana is merged, then the subtle body came out of the gross body. And with that subtle body, he entered the body of his father, the great tapasvi, who was in samadhi. And after entering his body, he went inside and disturbed his mind. And when the mind was disturbed, then before the father could wake up from the samadhi, he immediately came out and entered his body. And then thereafter, he said, in this manner, his father was awakened from the samadhi, and then the father saw, what is apashad agram bhupam stuvantam pranatam tadam kim etad iti sanchitya sarma yogam drisha vishan. So he just saw that the Mahasen king was offering prayers, and with his yoga shakti he knew why and what has happened. So prasanna chitta amentra putram praha sushantadihi vatsa naivam punaha karyam krodhastu tapaso ripuhu. He told his son, the great Rishi, my dear, what you have done is wrong. If you are a tapasvi, you should not take refuge in anger. Anger destroys your tapasya. See, friends, what is all spiritual practice is this? Anger can come only if the sense of otherness is valid. And that is all samsara. Samsara is nothing but when the sense of otherness is taken as real. Let there be sense of otherness, but don't take it real. Is it possible? Yes, we do it every day. When we stand in front of the mirror, isn't there is a sense of otherness? I am looking at the reflection. But what is our experience? I am looking at me. In the same manner, Atmaupamena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. When we are able to celebrate and be happy in the prosperity of others as we are happy in our prosperity, then we are identified with the totality. And as when we are miserable, we want a word of sympathy, a helping hand. In the same manner, when we see somebody miserable, our help is extended without claiming the ATG certificate. Then we are identified with the totality. And he who has identified with the totality, he is a Mahatma. See, friends. Therefore, here the father tells the son, my dear, never do this. Vatsa naiva punaha karyam krodhastu tapaso ribuhu radnya hi rakshite loke tapo nirvigna medate yajna vidnya vigna kriya daitya svabhavo na munehe kvachit. The king is meant for disciplining the whole world around us. Then only we can do our sadhana, our tapasya, etc. And the tapasvis are not like the Rakshasas who will come and destroy the yajnas. And you are doing that. This is not the right way. See? So, prayachashvam putran rajaputran asmai sumana drutam shigram yatvesha yajnasa nakala atikramo bhaven. So he told his son, my dear son, now be cheerful and happy. Don't have grudges against anybody in your life. Friend, try, this is spiritual practice. Do not carry any ill feeling for anybody in the whole universe, even in the dream. See, in the dream, if we do not think or experience something ill for anybody, then our spiritual practice is going right. When we are awake, we are controlled by many factors. Suppose I want to become angry with Ganapati. But when I see all of you, no, it's okay, it happens sometime. Goody. Oh, Swami, this is so nice, he never, but inside. So our good behavior in the world is under the compulsion rod of the society. But in the dream, the mind is not under the control of any intellect. And therefore, whatever comes out in the dream, that is our real picture. There is nobody there to control. See? Therefore, in Ramcharitmanas also this thought comes. He who does not think bad even in dream, he is a real good person. See? Therefore, let there be no ill feeling towards these Rajas, Rajkumar, and immediately give their horse back to them, because the Muhurta that they have selected will be going, and therefore, the moment he heard the orders of his father, he became cool. Ityuktva Ganda Shailam Sa Pravishya Kshanamatrataha Shashwan Radhasudha Tasme Dadau Pritya Gatakrudaha. Gatakrudaha, his anger was gone, and he immediately entered that Ganda Shailam, that huge rock, and brought out the horse and all those army people and handed over to this Mahasen. So Mahasena Tanganam Tam Pranamya Atyanta Vismitaha. But this Mahasen, he did not go back to his own kingdom. He was surprised, my God, what I am seeing. How can it happen? Out of a solid rock, these people have disappeared, and again they have come out, and I am watching like a dumb. Is it a dream or what is this happening? So now I am no more interested in Ashwamedha Yajna. You go and take I want to find out what is this. See, friends. And thereafter, he inquired, and what happened, that we will see in tomorrow's episode. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru